Hey there, future heroes, and welcome. Today, we're doing something really cool. We're not just going to learn about our planet, we're actually training to become its greatest defenders. Yeah, we're going to uncover our own hidden superpowers to fight a giant challenge called climate change. So, you ready to suit up?
So what do you say? Are you ready to join the team? Because this isn't just some story, it's our story. And every single hero, no matter how big or small, has a super important part to play in protecting our home. Let's find out what your first mission is.
You know, every great hero story starts with a big challenge, right? And ours is, well, it's a pretty big one. It's kind of like a giant puzzle that stretches all the way from the snowy tops of the highest mountains down to the amazing coral reefs in the deepest oceans. Our planet is sending out a call for help. Okay, check this out. This is a real-life picture of a giant mountain called Kilimanjaro. Look at the photo on the left from 1993. See how it's covered in that thick white blanket of snow and ice? Now, look at the picture from 2000. Whoa. See how much of it has just vanished? That's happening because our planet is getting a little too warm, almost like it has a fever. But don't you worry, this is exactly where our hero training begins. So, how in the world do we fight this planetary fever? Well, we start with our first super move, mitigation. Now I know it's a big word, but it's basically our main attack plan to stop the problem before it gets any bigger. So what is mitigation? Okay, imagine a bathtub is overflowing with water, spilling all over the floor. What's the very first thing you do? You rush over and turn off the tap, right? That is exactly what mitigation is. It's all about finding the taps that are making our planet too warm and turning them off. And one of the biggest taps is how we make electricity. For a really long time, we've used power plants like this one. They work by burning stuff called fossil fuels, things like coal and oil. The problem is, burning them creates this giant invisible blanket around the Earth that traps in way too much heat.
But here's our heroic solution. Instead of those old, polluting power plants, we can use clean energy. And look at this awesome example, wind power. These giant windmills, they're actually called turbines, are like magic pinwheels that turn the wind into electricity. It's a true superpower because it doesn't create that warming blanket at all. And guess what? We can do the same thing with the power of the sun. How cool is that?
And our superhero toolkit is just full of other awesome attack moves. We can take a bus or a train instead of a car. We can plant more trees to help clean the air. And we can even be an energy-saving ninja right in our own homes. Okay, now that we've got our attack plan, it's time to learn about our defense. Okay, team, we've got our attack move, mitigation, but what if some of the trouble is already at our doorstep? Well, that's when every hero needs a really strong defense. So our second super move is called adaptation, and it's all about being prepared and keeping everyone safe. So, adaptation, what's that all about? Well, since the planet is already a little warmer, we're starting to see some changes, like bigger storms or the oceans rising a bit. Adaptation just means we get ready for those changes. It's kind of like putting on your rain boots when you see storm clouds, or building a super strong sandcastle to protect your stuff from the waves. It's all about being smart and being prepared. And here is our top secret defensive plan. First, we can design our cities and towns to be safer from things like floods. We can build strong seawalls that act like giant shields. We can use really cool gadgets and technology to warn us way ahead of time when a big storm is coming. And one of the best moves of all, we can protect nature because our forests and wetlands are like the planet's very own team of superheroes. So we've learned about the big plans, the awesome attack moves, and the super smart defensive strategies. But who do you think is the most important hero in this entire story? Come on, take a guess. That's right, it's you. You have amazing climate superpowers that you can use every single day. These are your everyday superpowers, and trust me, they are incredibly strong. You have the power of energy saving with just a single flick of a light switch. You've got the power of super speed when you walk or bike. You have the power of a planet-friendly appetite just by not wasting food. And of course, there's the classic unstoppable trio: reduce, reuse, and recycle. And here's a secret power-up you can look for. Next time your family is getting a new gadget, like a fridge or an air conditioner, look for this special label.
See that number 1 right at the top? Grade 1 is basically the superhero level of energy saving. So choosing a grade 1 gadget is like adding a super efficient new tool to your utility belt.
And never, ever forget this. I know it might feel like turning off one little light is a small thing, but it's really not. This quote is a fancy way of saying that every little choice we make, every single day, adds up to make a huge, enormous difference for our planet's future. When millions of heroes like you all use your powers together, wow, that's like a giant wave of positive change. So the mission is clear, and now you have your powers. The only question left is the one right here on the screen. What superpower will you use today to be a hero for planet Earth? The adventure is just getting started. Go out there and be amazing.